everyone, welcome to Chef Carter's Cooking Corner. So today I'm going to show you 3 easy ideas to upgrade your leftovers. And I'm going to tell you, once you're done, no one will know. So one we have is soup, this beautiful chunky velvety soup. And then we have a frittata. And you can call it a breakfast scramble, but it's delicious, whatever you call it. And then finally, I'm going to show you this stir fry that I made. Oh, so yummy. So let me upgrade ya. Alright, so to start with the soup, I separated the vegetables from the meat and I cut the meat up finer so that it would spread a little further in the soup. Alright, so then once you get it in the pot, you want to add a little water and start it on medium heat to get everything warm. Alright, so once that's done, you want to check it to see if you need to add a little bit more water or what have you. So also what I did was I took about a cup of milk and added 3 tablespoons of flour, and then I cut up about 4 ounces of cheese. And so all this is going to go into the pot. Alright, so my water ran out, so I put another cup of water in there. And then I put my milk and the flour milk slurry that I had made. Altogether, you want about 2.5 cups of milk. Alright, and then that's 3 tablespoons of flour. Right, there goes that slurry I was telling you about. And then you want to mix everything until it gets thicker. If you do have a problem with flour, just mash up a potato and the mashed potato will thicken it as well. So it's up to you. Alright, so now I'm going to add that cheese in there, and then once that cheese is melted, it's ready to go. Now you may want to taste this if you need to add a little more salt or pepper. I decided later I added a little more Italian seasoning to it. You know, it had enough salt in it. You know, I well seasoned this particular roast beef and vegetable that I had made. And this was like our Christmas roast beef. Alright, so there's the finished product. Doesn't that look delicious? So the next recipe is the frittata. So I have a little oil in that pan. Then I'm going to add all my vegetables. And it's okay if there's got a little broth in it. You know, it'll actually mix with the eggs and or evaporate. Alright, so we want those to start getting heated up. Alright, and so I'm going to add my chopped up meat on the top of there. Like so. Alright. And then I'm going to cut up some of the pieces to make sure they're more bite-sized. And then in this bowl, this was actually the bowl I had the leftovers in, so I had less dishes. So I'm adding a little bit of herbs and spices on there. This was Italian seasoning and a little bit of seasoning salt I'm adding here. And I'm going to mix those eggs up, and that's about a 1/4 cup of milk, give or take. Alright, and then once that's blended, we're going to pour it over the top of the meat and vegetables, and it goes in a 400-degree oven for about 30 minutes. Alright, and this is after we add the cheese. So I just used some leftover cheese I had just a little bit of Italian blend cheese. It's like mozzarella, Parmesan, Reggiano, and then I had a little bit of cheddar cheese. And so I just broke that and put it on the top, and then bam, there it comes out of the oven. And it's so good. So you can call it a frittata, you can call it a breakfast scramble, but I'm going to tell you, nobody's really going to know that you used leftovers to make this delicious breakfast. Look at that. It was just so good. Alright, and so lastly, this is a little bit of a cheat because I had made it and then I'm like, man, I should have recorded this. So I'm going to just kind of tell you how I did this. I took a little bit of leftover roast and cut that in pieces, and I had some like leftover vegetables, like a little bit here, a little bit there, and I was like wrap them up and put them in the freezer for later use. Alright, so there's the meat I cut up, and well, it's actually just a sample, an example. And then I had made rice using instant rice, so this meal was like less than 30 minutes. Alright, and so there we go. I also added a can of water chestnuts. So that's how we make it. So for those of you who say you don't like leftovers, you are missing out. But thank you for stopping by Chef Carter's Cooking Corner. Remember to like, subscribe, share, stick around and watch more. And make sure you upgrade those leftovers. Let me upgrade ya. Alright, take care.